ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Power Vacuum. I'm your host, Belmont, and we've got a rare update on the Dying Light franchise. This article from Games Radar. For us, it really is Dying Light 3. Techland admits Dying Light 2 lost the horror, lost the tension, but says the Beast is the best Dying Light that we have ever made. And yeah, I got to agree. Dying Light 1, one of the best zombie games I've ever played. Great story, great mechanics. The zombies weren't too easy to kill, but they weren't impossible. It was just a fun game overall. Dying Light 2 was almost a visual novella with how much you have to sit there and watch characters talk. That's what I've heard. I've only played a little bit of it, couldn't get into it. Um, but maybe I'll get back to the Beast because I'm pretty sure I saw another article that said that they're bringing back the main character from the first game. It's a very proper AAA game. Dying Light the Beast isn't officially Dying Light 3, but it has evolved from Dying Light 2 DLC into its own standalone game, and the folks at Techland say it's meaty enough to constitute a full-blown sequel. Really? Among everything announced at Summer Games Fest 2025, we learned that Dying Light the Beast is launching on August 22nd across PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series consoles, Xbox One, and PC. In the wake of that reveal, PC Gamer sat down with Dying Light franchise director Timon Smektala, who was candid about some of the less than favorable comparisons between Dying Light 2 and its acclaimed predecessor. Dying Light 1 was a game for our core community. It was a hardcore survival horror open world action adventure with very strong survival aspects. That's a lot of tags to put onto your game, but I get it. Trying to get a broad spectrum. He said for Dying Light 2, we forgot about it. The game was a commercial success, but the players who should be closest to our hearts said we kind of lost the edge. We lost the threat. We lost the horror. We lost the tension. As someone who gleefully logged dozens upon dozens of hours in Dying Light 1 but couldn't get into Dying Light 2, it excites me to no end that Techland used the original game as a template for the Beast. That's even cooler. Even still, with the new game starting out as a Dying Light 2 DLC, it's been hard for me not to only shake that association, but also view it as anything more than a standalone expansion. Apparently, that perception is dead wrong, as the Beast has a whole new setting and characters, with Spectala saying it took him around 37 hours to finish his latest playthrough. Ah, okay, so that doesn't mean much to me because game programmers and developers are notorious at being slow or exaggerating the length of which it takes to beat their games. So I get it. You're trying to set a baseline, 37 hours, but that means very little to people who actually play the games because it could take someone 64 hours. Someone might be like, hey, I found this, shortcut that lets you beat the game in 2 hours. You just never know. I mean, look at what was it? The Outer Worlds. Someone figured out how to beat that game in 12 minutes, which is insane because you have to do everything just perfectly at just the right time to get it there. But they figured it out. For us, it really is Dying Light 3, he said, later adding that the only reason it isn't a full, fat numbered sequel is because it doesn't bring the very spectacular breakthrough new feature that maybe you would expect from a next numbered entry in the series, even though it's a very proper AAA game and very chunky. I want to know what he means by that because there are lots of games out there that are sequels to games that barely innovate or don't innovate at all, just add the same features before in a new setting in a new place. It happens all the time. So you don't need to tell me that your game isn't a sequel if it's not innovative. That leads me to believe that you're hyping the claims of what your game might be. And this is a misdirect or playing down so you can say, well, I did say it wasn't like truly a sequel number. This is like a CYA. Screams CYA to me. The Beast brings back the original Dying Light protagonist Kyle Crane as its main character, And now that he's out of captivity, he's thirsty for revenge against the Baron, the scientist who's been experimenting on Crane and giving him supernatural powers. Is that the plot? I suppose in hindsight, that should have been my clue that Techland listened to fans wanting more Dying Light 1 influence in the series' next game. Count me in. Yeah. Okay. Uh I'm back. I might be back into this franchise. As I just said earlier in this video, I love the first Dying Light. It's a fantastic game. Second one couldn't hold my interest. Didn't play enough of it. Haven't really gotten into it. Probably never will. I don't know. I don't care much for the main character, the setting, the world. It felt like not a true sequel when the fact that you just kind of got away from the story of the original. But if you're bringing back Kyle Crane and you're redoing that story and now giving him supernatural powers, so is it going to be Dying Light Infamous or Infamous Dying Light kind of thing going on here? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. At least wait for a video or a demo. But needless to say, them coming back to the story of the first game is what they should have just kept going. It's going to be a nice little fresh sigh, a breath of fresh air. And uh, I hope it's as good as I want it to be. It seems like they're definitely making steps in the right direction, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But that's all I have for this story. This is your host, Belmont, signing out.